everybody, and welcome back to another anger-inducing, rage-filled episode of Andrew Rants, the video series where I stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal of the world and I bitch and complain about things that annoy me, bother me, and just plain make me want to dive headfirst into the shallow end of an empty goddamn swimming pool. And this time, I'm really pissed because I have a very sincere question. This is a question that I have been asking many a time, but now I want an answer. How in the fuck are these people doing it? And no, I don't mean having sex. I took health class in high school. No, I mean, how are these online people making their goddamn money? Seriously. Now, it's no secret, by the way, that I lost my job back in June of this year, 2022. Am I upset about it? Yes. Am I heartbroken? You bet your ass I am. I left the job that I was at for 5.5 years for a better position, a shorter distance away, and I still got screwed. So then after I get let go from that job, I basically mope around because now I feel worthless. My confidence is shot to hell. So I think, okay, I can do this instead. I will go and I will try to do some stuff online. That should be reasonable, right? Find a remote work from home job. That should be great to do. It should be easy, simple, right? No, not in the least. Why is that? Oh, well, a majority of the work from home remote jobs are customer service based. Basically, you need to have your own phone line. You need to be able to use your phone line, using your units, your minutes, your service, your data, etc., 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 in order to, quote the devil, work for this company. Now, there are some non-phone ones, but you still have to jump through a crap ton of hoops. And granted, I was jumping. Still haven't gotten anything, or anywhere, or anything else for that matter. Then another thought occurs to me. Etsy. A lot of people have been doing digital stuff on Etsy, print stuff on Etsy, selling printables, Canva templates, stuff like that. I could do that. I could do that. I can do some pretty cool designs. I can do that. That's not a problem. And to be fair, prior to any of this, back when I still had my part-time job that I had for 5.5 years that I'm almost tempted to see if I can get back, I'm not even joking. That's a sad part. I actually was selling t-shirts, or trying to anyway, on Spring. It used to be Teespring, but it's now just called Spring, or spri.ng. And I sold a whopping zero. Zip, zilch, zenada, not a goddamn thing. And that is basically a pure profit. You just upload your design, it gets put on to many different things, and then it gets put out there. And you hope, and you pray, and you scream, and you cry, and you try your damnedest to get it to work, and hope that maybe you'll make $5. And I made a whopping $0 and 0 cents. And hey, okay, so that's a bust. But I thought maybe Etsy would work. Now, I've had some success selling some of my trading cards on eBay and a lot of my other junk on eBay and some stuff off Craigslist. I'm even trying Facebook Marketplace. Right now, I have one thing out there to test the waters, but I'm probably going to be expanding that soon. And all of this is basically I'd like to find a job that I can do from home, get rid of some of my excess crap, get a little extra money coming in so I can do more fun stuff like videos and other things that I want to do. Enjoy my life the way I want to, live the way that my generation has wanted to live. Do jobs that we feel comfortable doing. Am I comfortable working around people? Not entirely, no. Will I if I have to? Yes. Am I completely comfortable about it? No, not really. I'm an introvert. Pure introvert. You want to know what that means? That means I really, really don't get along with a lot of people. And it's true. Now, what has this basically meant for me in the long and grand scheme of things? Oh, yeah, not good. In fact, it's not even that it's not good. It's just flat out a goddamn shit show. But I digress. Let me explain. Now, I started Etsy, and thanks to a person who will remain nameless on my channel, I thought, oh, cool, this is really cool because there was a promo code you could use to get a bunch of free listings. Hey, that's perfect. I want to start my Etsy shop. I can get free listings. That'll really help me out. only to find out that she legally put out the promo code because it wasn't meant for the general public, only a select group of people. Great. I got 5 listings up, and I kind of still feel like I owe Etsy an extra $1. So then I started putting up some listings. I put up some printables, some Canva templates. I recently just put up some wall art. Has any of that sold in the over 2 months that I've been on this platform? No! Nothing! It's nothing selling! I don't know why. And I watched YouTube videos like Kate Haynes and all these other ones that are like, this is stuff that's in demand. This is how you do this. You're guaranteed to be able to sell stuff. Only they should put a giant disclaimer at the start of their fucking video that says your results may vary because I ain't fucking seeing shit. And then that brings me back to how are these other people making money on this? How are these other people doing this? Is Etsy just one giant fucking pyramid scheme? It can't be, because there are people that have stuff on there. Somebody's got to be making something. There's got to be some type of cash flowing somewhere that I just can't seem to crack the fucking vein of. I mean, you have people that sell on Amazon. That's basically similar to eBay, but much more stringent and much more regulated based. You have people that are doing, Fiverr gigs, which, by the way, I've actually contemplated. But what the hell am I skilled at? That's the general question. I'm good at data entry. I'm good at making, logos. That's about it. I'm not exactly the world's most skilled individual here. The thing that bothers me the most is that throughout all of this, instead of, helping me, my confidence is shot. It's been gone. It is completely fucked to hell. And back again. My confidence is basically like the story of Frodo Baggins. No, it was Bilbo Baggins. There and Back Again by Bilbo Baggins, A Hobbit's Tale. That's my confidence. Only in this case, it's fucked and screwed again. Andrew's confidence. You know that joke from SpongeBob where Squidward went to the cemetery and he laid some flowers out of the gravestone and said, "Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams"? Right next to it, unknown to anybody, is a tombstone that says, "Here lies Andrew Rhodes' confidence. Shot the fucking hell." Yeah. So, okay, I have little confidence in myself anymore. And it really does show. I mean, I really tried at this other job. And I got let go after 3 weeks. And that really hurt me. I'm not even joking. That hurt me. That really took me for a loop. That really screwed me over. Do my friends try to help by, saying it's okay, things will be better. Hey, if you want us to promote this stuff for you, because we know, you're putting out applications, you want us to promote your, shop a little bit, maybe some other people might be interested. No. My friends, and no offense to them, in all honesty, it was goodwill towards me, and I understand it. My friends go, job application, fill out where I work. Job application, fill out where I work. I had one classmate of mine that I'm no longer talking to that just rode my ass, go apply at Walmart, work at Walmart, come down here to the Walmart I work at. Then I'll get some extra money because I got you in here. I'd like to know when my problems, when my heartache, when my confidence in my ability that I can no longer feel confident in what I do, all of a sudden became hey, I can make myself an extra $50 to $200 because I'm going to get my buddy to come work here. Really? That's what you care about. Instead of saying, hey, maybe I'll help Andrew out. Hey, Andrew's opened up an Etsy shop. I know what I'll do. I'll spread Andrew's Etsy shop around. I'll share the links. I'll share this stuff. Hey, this looks kind of cool. I'll share it around. Maybe somebody might be interested in it, and they'll buy something from him, and he'll be a success. No, instead, you really need to just look for a full-time job. You need to put in applications. You need to do this. You need to do that. You got to stop trying to make money from home. You're never going to do it. You're not smart enough to do it. I'd like to thank my friends for taking on my family's philosophy about my intelligence. Apparently, I'm not smart enough to do anything unless it's picking up boxes and putting them the fuck down. You know what bothers me and pisses me off? And this honestly has been something that is constantly up my ass, rage-inducing, that is just a tremendous annoyance to me. I do have intelligence. I am smart. I may not look like it. I may not sound like it from time to time, but I am intelligent. I am smart. No, it's because I'm built like a goddamn Mack truck, and I look like I can bench press a bus. Because of that, it's instantaneously thought of that the only thing I am good for, the only thing I can do, the only thing I have the goddamn talent to do is lift up stuff and put it the fuck down. That's it. If I was only that good, would I have went to school for web design? No, because I was, in all honesty, I was kind of forced to do further education. Fine, whatever. Do I enjoy it? No, because my degree's worthless. And I'm still paying on that bitch. What bothers me, and this is something that will always bother me, it will always piss me off, it will always annoy me, it will always drive me up a goddamn tree. The fact that I tried. My generation is the generation that wanted to break away with the norms that our parents did. And our parents' generation wanted to break away from the norms that their parents did. How many of you out there want to follow in your parents' footsteps down to a T? Probably about maybe 15%. What about the other 85%? Maybe that other 85% want to try to do it on their own. They want to try and fail their own way. They want to try something different. Hey, I am not cut out to have to go to work every single day and, stand in line and get yelled at and screamed at by a supervisor. Or I'm not interested in wanting to, go to this job that is soul-sucking and demeaning when I can stay at home and spend time with my family. I can talk with my friends. I can have a little more free time, and I'm still making money. No. Thanks to the ramifications that we have to be just like our parents now, my generation's basically right back to where we were before. Oh, well, that's a young person's game. You're going to realize that you can't do that. You're not intelligent enough to do it. There's a 95-year-old out there that plays video games and puts them up on YouTube, and she makes money doing that. There are people that do Twitch, and they make money, and all they do is stream games. Some of them just have freaking conversations in fucking hot tubs. And other people just talk. There are people that cook on Twitch. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that they do. And they're making money off of this. And then you have the people that do Etsy. And they put up digital prints and digital products. And people buy them. And then nothing comes of it for me. What is it, a well that I finally found the magical fountain, and it's tapped the fuck out? What is this? Granted, okay, I'll admit, maybe my stuff's not the world's greatest, but hey, it's called feedback. Let me know what sucks about it. Let me know what you don't like about it. I can improve it. That's the best part about digital products. You can modify the original. But it still sucks. So how are they doing it? How are they making their money? YouTubers, I already have an idea because they get ad revenue, Patreon, and other sponsorships that help them, crowdfunding and other stuff. Mostly Patreon support. I get that. But at the same time, how are these other ones doing it? What are you all just selling snake oil and I bought a whole fucking barrel full? What? I set up the Etsy shop, I do everything the videos say, and it's like, oh, you're set up for success. You get the SEO right, you get the listings right, you do this and that, you make it stand out, and it's perfect. I haven't sold a fucking thing! I have been open for over 2 months, and I haven't sold shit! Etsy's made more money off of me than I've made off of Etsy! What the hell? I mean, granted, when I first started selling on eBay, it was kind of easy because eBay is sort of an open and shut door. Either your thing's gonna sell, like your item, or if it's something that you're making yourself that you decided I'm not gonna go on Etsy. I'm gonna do it on eBay, and you're selling it on there. They'll sell. Okay, you have either a 50-50 shot it's gonna sell or won't sell. First couple items I put up were trading cards that I had duplicates of. I'm like, look, I'm just going to get rid of my duplicates, get some extra money come in. I had sales. I was excited about it. And then granted, for a point, I did have a dry spell, but it wasn't right off the bat. Now I barely make anything. And it's just making me worried for other people that might be in my similar situation that are like, hey, I want to try something entirely new with my life. I'm going to finally dive head into Etsy. I want to do this. I want to make stuff from home. I want to work from home. I'm going to look online to find these like work from home jobs. There's an entire YouTube channel, Work at Home with Cece. She does a lot of videos where she gives you job leads that you could do from home. I subscribe to that channel to try to get some. And I still don't get anything. What bothers me is the fact that despite all of this, despite everything, despite the fact that I try my damnedest at this, I'm still failing left, right, and sideways, and I'm still going to be forced to do a regular job like everybody else because I'm not good enough to break out of the norm. I'm not good enough to change the way that my society wants to live, to change the way that my generation has to live. We all march to the beat of a different drummer. That's the entire concept of life. If we were all forced to dress alike, we were all forced to act the same way, we were all forced to do the same thing, there would be no individuality, there would be no free will, there would be no independence. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings, and sentient beings have the ability to choose whether or not they want to be individualistic. When I was growing up, and I guarantee this is the same way for you, if you're younger than me, by the way, I'm 33, so if you're younger than me, I guarantee this is probably the same way for you. You're probably thinking, I don't want to live the same way my parents lived, because you saw how miserable they were. They lived paycheck to paycheck. They could barely afford ends meet. They could barely afford anything. They had to make decisions upon whether or not you were going to get food that night or if they were going to have to pay the car insurance bill. But now it's years later, you're stuck in that same situation because you don't think you're good enough now to try to branch out and try to live some way on your own. Like, hey, I want to make a living on my own. I want to do this online. I want to be successful like this. And I'm not out here whining and complaining, begging. I'll beg at this point to get at least a sale on Etsy. I mean, hell, I had the stuff marked 70% off, and I still had nothing. Seriously, at 70% off, my cheapest item was 60 cents, and still nothing. I wouldn't even have made money on that, and still nobody bought it. But with my generation, the thing is, we saw what our parents went through. We saw it. We made a promise to ourselves. We don't want to go through this. We know what'll happen. We know how bad it is. We saw it firsthand. Our parents suffered. Our parents got screwed. We saw it happen. We saw it firsthand. We don't want to go through this. We don't want to have to endure this. We don't want to go through that same heartache. Our parents went through all of that so that we would have the idea and the mindset to not go through that, and right here we are. Now, I get it. Everybody can be happy in their own way. And yes, for the longest time, I was. Even after my grandfather passed away and my mom and I were basically readjusting to life, we were quite comfortably living the way we were. The bills were paid. Everything was working out great. Would I have liked to have had a little extra money every month? Yes, and that's what I was working on with trying to do, like, the spring thing. I was considering Etsy at the time and a lot of other stuff. But the fact that I got forced into, you need to have a full-time job because that is how your generation needs to think and how they need to act. I left my part-time job for a full-time job that I got let go from after 3 weeks. Welcome to our new hell. Our parents, the generation before mine, basically didn't want us to live this way, but because they wanted us to not branch out on our own, they wanted us to think outside but be right up against the box. We're right back into the same box that they were in their entire lives that we had to watch them suffer through. Every time. So how do these people do it? How are the Twitchers making money? How are these Etsy sellers making money? Somebody out there fucking fucking tell me how this is happening, because at some point I'm thinking somebody's screwing the pooch somewhere, and we're all dancing a jig of fucked. Because something ain't working right here, something ain't coming out right, and something ain't connecting. The dots aren't working here. This connected dot is all over the freaking place. One's in a corner, two's down in the middle of the page, three's up my ass. I don't know. Something about this just isn't adding up, and I can't put my finger on how. Like I said, with YouTubers, I understand how YouTubers are making money. Patreon. That's easy to figure out, because you see them pitch it all the time. There's ones that have Ko-fi pages, or Patreon and Ko-fi. There might be other things. Hey, they have Cash App. Hey, they got Zelle. Hey, they got this and that. They're asking for donations, but at the same time, they might be selling their own merchandise, which makes sense. But then at the same time, how are these other people doing it? How are these other sellers doing this? How? That is literally my question, is how? How in the hell are they doing this? How are you able to be out there selling a bunch of digital products on Etsy, making 5-6 figures? How? Because your videos aren't helping. Oh, well, if you maximize the SEO, all you're doing is pitching Marmalade and other paid services that we can't afford. What if you're on a budget? What if you're poor and this is like hey, look, I'm trying to get something to work here because I'm having a hard time finding a job. Why is it now all of a sudden that you can't seem to get anywhere, but at the same time, you're right back where you started? I get that everybody has to be broken down before they can be lifted up, but at the same time, this is not making any sense to me anymore. When you have videos out there that are misleading people into thinking that you're going to be able to make money on Etsy by selling ABC, if you follow their steps, granted, you're putting your own spin on it, but still, you're following their steps. You have the basic steps. It's just whether or not you want to put your own spin on it. It's like dance lessons. You can learn the moves to a dance routine. Whether or not you want to put your own spin on it is something entirely different. That's the main question. The problem is, when it comes to everything else, how in the hell are they doing it? They're like, oh, I'm making like $58,000 a year. I'm making like this much money a month. Oh, last month or a couple months, I've made this much money. How? How are you doing this? Did I miss something? Did I miss the bandwagon? Is the train fucking full and I'm trying to catch a ride on the roof? How? Let me know your comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comment section below. Way too many thoughts at one time. Do you think that it's weird that people are able to do all this and not have any issues, or do you think that they're just selling snake oil and we're all falling for it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Rants.